bad cardio, or I wasn't in shape or whatever, but a lot of times it's, injuries pop up and things happen in camp, and I hate to go and be that guy that, I hurt my back, I hurt this, so I keep my mouth shut. You never hear me say anything after I've lost a fight, ever. I keep my mouth shut, I get back in the gym, and we had a really good camp. Everything went smooth.
You've had a lot of great moments in your career, but I mean, it looked like there was maybe a little bit of emotion, when it came to an end there. So I guess can you talk about just what this moment meant to you and kind of what you were feeling in there?
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely crying a little bit. I was trying to keep it in as best I could. I try not to be like all that emotional about stuff. I try to become a little stoic, but I was feeling, even like walking out before the fight, like I was like just like looking around, like we had all the people in the green shirts, we printed up in my gym. Like I was feeling it. Like it was like there's so much that went into this. It was more than usually here. We're like, oh, it's been 8 or 10 weeks. It's been really hard. Literally since April of last year, I've been thinking about this. I was super unhappy with my last fight, and then since like November, I've literally been in fight camp since last November. Like I've just been crushing it. Like just like sucking it up, not complaining to anyone, just doing what I'm supposed to do, just silently going and just like, torturing myself, just getting ready. And then it finally was here. So it was nice that it went so smooth.
And leading up to it, you're kind of non-committal on what your future would be. It sounded like in the immediate aftermath, you're still kind of non-committal about what your future will be. So I guess, how do you evaluate that? How do you make the decision? Is there a timeline? How do you decide if that was it or not?
It's a great way to end it if that's the end, for sure. But we'll kind of see how things go. Like I'm always going to be training. Whether it's, I'm cornering or helping out guys. We got a lot of guys that train in my gym now. Rob Font, Kelvin Cater, Mike Rodriguez, Peter Barrett. We got a lot of guys that are always getting for fights. So I'm in the gym with them all the time anyways, so we'll kind of see what happens. I'm not like, oh, this is definitely the last fight, but I'm also not saying, oh, I'm definitely gonna do it again. Tonight was a great night, but I think too many guys kind of fall in the trap of like, oh, they have a good fight, like, oh, I'm back, here we go. Like this is, it's like, I'm not there. But we'll take it. We'll see what happens. Maybe I fight in 6 months. Maybe I fight in a year. Maybe I'm done. Who knows? I'm not gonna commit to anything. I'll stay on the east side of the pool. I don't mind. They come banging on my door every once in a while. No big deal. We'll see what happens.
Hey Joe, over on your right.
Yep.
When we asked you in the lead up to this fight about your last performance in Boston, the Michael Johnson fight, you said not really on my mind. But
yep.
Now that this one, you went out there and had this moment. Does it mean anything to you to have erased those demons, that this was your moment in the Garden?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, every fight camp, I have my coaches going nuts. Like, my last sparring session was Saturday, and then the previous sparring session was like Tuesday or Wednesday. And like, I'm trying to work on new things during the sparring session, and they're like freaking out on me. Do the things you do well. So I'm like, we've been trying to work on all these new things, and like, nope, we want you to just go in and basically, we're too close to work on new things. Like, get back in a fight. So like the first round, like I didn't necessarily win, and then the second and third I did great, and I was trying to work on new things, like even though it was a week and a half out from the fight. For the Michael Johnson fight, we were trying to work on things. Like I have a bad habit sometimes of like shelling up and taking punches and not returning quick enough. So we tried to work a lot that camp about me moving my head a little bit more and counter punching a little faster, and I tried to do that. And I moved my head and I came right back into a left hand, so it's like, it just set us on a really bad, tone for the rest of the fight. So it's just like, I'm always trying to get better. Like it's, sometimes it seems like, you're kind of, you plateaued a little bit, but I'm always trying to get better. It's just that sometimes things just don't go your way. So I think that was the big story with the Michael Johnson fight. So like I wasn't worried at all. I lost here last time. It's like, no, just like I tried something new and it didn't work out.
And on the undercard, it wasn't your fight, but Randy Costa went out there, got a big win. I'm sure you were watching from the back.
Yep.
What was that moment like for you as a coach?
It was awesome. Randy's been training us for so long. Usually I'm in Randy's corner. I manage Randy too. I coach him. I wear a lot of hats with Randy. And I'm a training partner, a little bit role model, I think, sometimes because I've been there so long. So for me, it's like, traditionally we've never done well. We've had me and someone else on a card, we haven't done well. Like me and Joe Proctor both on the same card, we both lost. Me and Mike Rodriguez fought on the same card, we both lost. Me and my brother fought on the same card, we both lost. So I'm like, do we really want to fight on the same card as Randy? So for like 2 months, I've been trying to just completely care as little as possible at Randy's fight, which sounds a little bit harsh, but I could not. I was trying to not get super emotionally invested, because now it's like, okay, I've had this 14-month camp, 18-month camp, whatever it's been. And now, like, if Randy, I can't go and let his fight dictate how I'm going to do mine. I have to completely try to separate myself. So I try to stay as relaxed as I could about it, you know. And if he won, I'll feel super happy. If he lost, I would have been bummed, but I had to try to keep it in check. But I'm super proud of Randy. He did a great job.
Joe, is that the loudest you ever heard a crowd cheer for you?
It gets pretty loud, yeah. It's awesome fighting in Boston. When I fought Gabe Ruger the first time, I think it was like, I forget, UFC like 108 or something. They went crazy too, because like at one point I was behind him, like I picked him up and I slammed him on his head, and it was pretty loud. But it was crazy here today too. What was like really stuck out was like before, like when they just announced me, like it got loud a little bit. I raised my arm, it got even louder. I raised both my arms, it got even louder again. Like it was pretty awesome. It's great to fight home.
Absolutely. Also, when the fight hit the ground, we know you love your submissions. Were you looking for that? Would that have made you happier, or were you just as happy winning with ground and pound?
I want whatever's going to end the fight fast. Yeah, whatever gets the ref to stop the fight, I'm 100% on board with. You know, like I like submissions, but I like ground and pound. I like TKOs. I like chokes. Like whatever gets the fight over without me going to the hospital, I'm a big fan of. I got in on the body lock when we were on our feet, and I started taking that. I tried to like almost like, if you go back and watch it, I kind of jumped and I tried to land on his face with my shoulder a little bit, trying to knock him out on the takedown. And but then I landed him out, and he turned and like made like a. It was a good attempt, but I was ahead of him just a little bit, and I kind of forced him kind of on his belly a little bit. I had his arm stuck, and I could just hit my corner. You know, Joe Pomfret's like my coach, he's my partner in my gym, and his big advice is always don't lose position. You know, you don't ever want, if you get in a good spot, you want to lean on people there. You don't want to like let them off. You don't want to let them off. So like, don't lose position. So the entire corner just screaming, don't lose position. You know, so I just stayed there and I started hitting him a couple shots, and he just made it worse and worse on himself.
It's kind of a strange position, but I think you did the right thing, because if he would have turned, you would have had a rear naked choke, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have got a rear naked choke, but he was definitely stuck. He was stuck. I was on Reddit like last week, and I was watching someone post like a Ben Askren video of like he fought someone in the UFC, like some Russian, and he kind of got a similar position, and he kind of circled around to the back and just like was torturing the guy. So when I got this, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like that Ben Askren thing. So I just hung there. He just kept good jiu-jitsu.
Joe, all week long I spoke to all the fighters in New England, and I asked them the same question: what does Joe Lauzon mean to them? And every one of them couldn't praise you more. What does that mean to you to have that kind of respect from all your peers?
You know, it's great. You know, I try to always do things the right way. You know, that's like a big thing my dad always, you know, talked about. And like sometimes it like seems like I think, why are you spending so much time doing this thing that doesn't make any difference? It's something that's inconsequential. And I was like, you never know when it's gonna matter. You know, and we've kind of tried to do that like all the way since I was like started doing jiu-jitsu. I try to, you know, I'm always trying to be friendly with everyone. I try to always help everyone out. You know, always, you know, try to, you know, help out any possible way I can. I try to just, you know, be that guy that, you know, I'm not trying to make enemies. I'm trying to just help out everyone. And I want to see everyone do well. You know, all of our guys, anyone that trains with us, I want to see them do well. Like, even if they're not my guy, they train with us once in a while, whatever, I want to see them do well. Anyone in this area, I want them to do well. And I'm not looking for anything. You know, I think a lot of times people are like, oh, like, I'm going to help you out, but you're going to do something for me. And like, I don't want that. I literally want them just to do well. And by them doing well, they're gonna, you know, I don't need to ask them to pay anything back. They're just gonna continue to help out everyone else. And I think it's just a good culture. I think it's just like a good, kind of one hand washing the other. And it just, you know, I love to help out all of our guys we can help, and you know, I think they're trying to pay it back a little bit. It's just really good group.
You went against a guy with nowhere near the amount of experience you have, the accomplishments you have in your hometown. But earlier this week, you spoke about how many people are doubting you. You even closed at almost a 2-to-1 underdog. What would you say to those doubters now that you show that, man, you still got it?
You know, I understand exactly where they're coming from. Like, I'm not like, oh, like, you know, screw you or whatever. Like, I understand exactly what it is. You know, I'm 35 years old. I've had a lot of fights in the UFC. Today was 27. Like, I've been doing this. I was in the UFC since 2006. I've been around for a long time. I've had a lot of really quick fights like tonight where I've done well. I've had a lot of really long fights where I did not end up so well. You know, I ended up in the hospital and everything else. So I understand exactly what they're saying. But I don't feel old. I mean, if you saw me in the gym, like I do great. You know, we got all kinds of guys. You know, like I did my last sparring session with Rob Font. You know, who's, you know, top 7 or top 8 or something like that. You know, one of the best in the world. Doing great. You know, I did fine. You know, I'm a little bigger than Rob, but very good competitive rounds. Like I feel good. I don't feel old. I don't feel don't feel used up too much, but I'm also I'm realistic about the fact like there's an end to this. You know, father time catch up to everyone. You know, like I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You know, so I don't feel like I have to like throw it in their face. Like, I told you. You know, feels good I guess a little bit to have a good fight, but it doesn't matter. I'm okay with it. I understand.
Dovetailing on a couple of the just recent questions.
Yep.
Early before you got the takedown, you were sitting in the pocket, exchanging pretty heavy for a second,
Yep.
a couple times. You did get tagged a few times. Do you think that time off really helped maybe your chin heal a little bit because you had been in some wars, the Johnson fight, for example?
So I've never really felt like I had that bad of a chin until the Clay Guida fight. I fought Clay Guida, he hit me like one time. And I think, you know, at first I didn't know, like, it was like, oh, is this the end? Like, you know, he hit me and I heard, like, you always hear women hear, like, ringing in their ears. And I always thought it would be like a dough ring. It sounded like someone was slamming pots and pans, like, as loud as they could, like, right in both my ears when I fought Clay. And he hit me with, like, a huge shot. He hit me, like, right behind the ear and hit me with a huge uppercut. So I was wondering, I'm like, oh, is this it? Every time I get hit, is it going to be like this? And then when I fought Gutzmacher, my last fight, he hit me a bunch of times, and honestly, I felt better about it after the fact. Like, I got cut up pretty bad with a lot of elbows and a lot of little short, choppy shots, but I got tagged a few times and I didn't go down right away. So I felt pretty good about it. I mean, I think having a little bit of time off, you know, certainly helped. I don't think it hurt, but I never thought I had a bad chin per se. You know, I've been hit pretty freaking hard, and I haven't got down too much.
And on the lighter side, you said you've been doing wearing a lot of hats, doing a lot of coaching for everybody. You're one of the OG gamers of mixed martial arts. Do you still find rooms for gaming?
I've been playing a lot of Borderlands the last month. I felt like for maybe like the 2 or 3 months prior, I haven't like touched my Xbox. Like I haven't been doing anything. But the last month or so, just trying to just kind of relax and decompress a little bit. Like it's hard sometimes because you're so focused on like one fight or one date. Like it's one thing. It's like you kind of need something to kind of de-stress a little bit and just get your mind off it, because otherwise my mind is just racing 24/7. And the second I wake up, I'm thinking about the fight. Until I go to bed, I'm thinking about the fight. Like sometimes it's nice to kind of be able to just turn your brain off a little bit. So, but I've been playing a little Borderlands. It's been fun.
Hey Joe, I actually watched your fight with Tateki Matsuda in the stands because we wanted to make sure we felt the crowd.
Nice.
Yeah,
love
awesome.
Tateki.
Yeah, but the kid in front of us turned around and he said, "I'm sorry, you guys. I'm standing the whole fight. I drove 1,500 miles from Missouri to see Joe Lauzon fight."
That's awesome.
What does that mean to you to have that kind of impact on people as a kid? That you said at media day that you treat every fight as if it's your last, even your first UFC fight.
You know, it's awesome. We have such awesome fans. You know, so many people are crazy. You know, I'm really fortunate. Like, I was talking before about all these people that train with us on Saturdays. I get people that drive like 2-3 hours to train with us every single Saturday. Like it's like we have like such a good group of guys. Just dedicated. They come and they train because it's just good work. I think if you're in New England, you need to be training my gym on Saturday mornings. Like it's just we have all the best guys around. It could be 10, 15 UFC guys there. Like it's awesome. But same thing with fans. I think it's so awesome to kind of leave an impact. Like I wouldn't want to go and drive that far to go and watch anything. Like I wouldn't so that's really cool. Yeah, I didn't know someone did that. That's really cool.
All right, thanks Joe.
Cool. Thank you guys.